Now to what many scientists have hailed as a breakthrough in the fight against coronavirus. An experimental drug known as Remdesivir has proved effective against the new coronavirus, shortening the time it takes for patients to recover by 4 days on average. The FDA, the U.S. drug regulator, has now approved Remdesivir as the emergency use on hospitalized coronavirus patients. As Dorcas Wangira reports, the Ministry of Health here in Kenya says it is no silver bullet, but would only be deployed on a need-to-need basis.
Scientists around the world have been in a race to find at least medicine that can manage the symptoms of COVID-19, if not a real cure. And now authorities in the United States say there is light at the end of the tunnel in that fight. Results from a clinical trial have shown that an experimental drug, Remdesivir, had reduced the time it took for patients with COVID-19 to get better. The United States National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, NIAID, which oversaw the trial, said that patients on the drug made by Gilead Sciences had a 31% faster time to recovery than those on a ventilator, a game changer in the fight against coronavirus.
The 31% improvement doesn't seem like a knockout 100%. It is a very important proof of concept, because what it is proven is that a drug can block this virus.
And now the U.S. drug regulator, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, issued an emergency use authorization, giving doctors the green light to use Remdesivir, the experimental antiviral drug, after showing promising results in early trials.
Regarding the new drug, Remdesivir, for treatment of severe coronavirus disease. This is a medicine that was initially tried for Ebola virus treatment and was also used for treatment of other coronaviruses like the Middle East respiratory syndrome and the SARS. The caseload was good, more than 1,000 people, and the primary endpoint was the recovery in terms of either stoppage of use of supplemental oxygen for critically ill patients or the time for discharge. And during this study, 31% of the 1,063 people were able to go home within 11 days.
The trial, which began on February 21st, involved 1,063 people across 68 locations in the US, Europe and Asia. But will Kenya consider the drug? Maybe in the near future. That is according to the Acting Director General of Health, Dr. Patrick Amoth, who said it would be deployed on a need-to-need basis.
However, this is not to point out that now we have a cure. Therefore, this is not a silver bullet, though it has been approved. But the other shortcoming of this medication is that it can only be given as an infusion through an injection, so there's no oral formulation, and is also relatively expensive. For our cases, because most of our cases are mild asymptomatic cases, it could be deployed, but to a small fraction.
But the World Health Organization is cautious, saying it is too early to tell just how effective it is.
The origins of the virus in Wuhan. We have listened again and again to numerous scientists who looked at the sequences, looked at this virus.
Remdesivir was originally created to fight Ebola, but it wasn't effective against that disease. Kenya is already in talks with Japan for a possible donation of a new life-saving drug, Avigan, believed to be the answer to the new coronavirus. The drug has been shown to stop multiplication of the virus. The limited drug is being tested in China, US and Japan.
The use of chloroquine, hydrochloroquine, which again has also been prioritized by the U.S. government. And of course, is now available locally in case we need to deploy it for our patients.
Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, Nairobi.